And good morning. A morning of where I'm forgetting where buttons are. How are you today? As we get our ducks in a row, it is Friday. I'm so glad that you're here. We're in the 40s as we'll climb into the 70s to end the week. Great weather, sunshine is expected. We only have one downfall today, and that would be wind. Don't do any burning today. We're going to have gusts of roughly 25 miles an hour. Not a good thing, but it will dry things out, and that's the good news part of that. We look to have a great day tomorrow. So much going on. Tonight, we'll have Julia in. She'll be joining us at 7 to talk about a great show that will come to Meridian tonight, Full Moon on 5th. They're free. Have you been? Right there by the Riley Center at Dumont Plaza. They block the street off. It's fun. It's going to be a great band. If you remember the group Exile, I Want to Kiss You All Over. Do you remember that? J.P. Pennington, who was the lead singer, that his daughter is a part of this band. She will be there in town tonight. Hope you'll come out and watch that. Along with all the festivities that begin tomorrow, we got a ribbon cutting in town today. Brand new Tractor Place, Parish opening up their building. Ribbon cutting, dignitaries from all over the state will be there. And then tomorrow, we'll all load up and go to Newton. The Loose Caboose Festival is underway. One of the biggest things I've ever been to. Cars, boy, if you want to talk about a car show, that really is one of the biggest that we have around. That happens tomorrow. We hope you'll be out and join us there. I think Odie will join us, and Greg may even be there for that. A big show lined up at 7 o'clock, as we mentioned. We want you to be a part of it. Well, it doesn't work without you. We look forward to having you here with us. Charlotte, how are you today? Miss Shirley joining us there. Ruth, Pat, Richard, Miss Helen. We'll be right back. Let's get a good word today to start the day. And again, today marks, as we had Brother Ben in earlier in the week, this marks our 400th episode. Isn't that neat? It's a milestone as we grow together and get bigger and bigger with this and reaching so many lives with, well, telling them about Christ. Let's go to Collinsville.
Y'all, it should come as no surprise that Jesus Christ is the centerpiece and linchpin of Christianity. I mean, it's kind of in the name, Christianity. Jesus is the one on whom we fix our eyes, and Jesus is the one who constitutes Christianity. Without him, it all falls apart, and there is no Christianity. Therefore, it should also come as no surprise that the most serious and prevalent doctrinal errors concern who Jesus is and what Jesus did. Apostle John points one of those errors out to us in 1 John 3. He writes, "Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. By this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is from God, and every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you heard was coming and is now in the world already." So Apostle John is pointing us to an error concerning Christ where it's taught that Jesus did not really take on human flesh, did not really come in human form. It only looked like he did. It's basically saying that Jesus wasn't truly man. Now, historically, this Christological heresy is known as docetism and must be rejected. Yes, Jesus was truly and fully God, but he was also truly and fully man. He was both. Now, of course, there is the opposite heresy, which is way more prevalent today. It's the belief that Jesus was only a man. Those who believe that basically say Jesus was a great man, but he wasn't God. And so his divinity, his godness is denied. Historically, this Christological heresy has been called Ebionism and must be rejected. Yes, Jesus was truly and fully man, but he was also truly and fully God. Again, he was both and is both. Now, there are many more heresies concerning Christ I could mention, but these two are enough to get us started in the right direction, making sure we understand who Jesus is and what Jesus did correctly, which is to say biblically. If you don't have the right Jesus, you don't have Christianity. So make sure you do. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie as we begin this morning. He's in the sidelines. We're getting ready for this big show coming up. We'll hope you'll join us. As we look at headlines across America, I do see some stories that are happening today. Have you ever been in a red light and maybe you've watched these TV shows of repo men? They're kind of entertaining, where they sneak up to the house at midnight and they grab a car and run off. Well, a couple was sitting at a red light in San Francisco. The problem was the tow truck, if you've ever noticed those on the back when they have to move a car quick, drops to the ground and backs under it and they run off with a car. It attempted to hooked to their car while they were at a red light, and they kept backing up. They insist they know nothing about it and why the company would have been doing that. Reporters have reached out to the tow truck company, and they have not commented yet. What would they have done with the couple in the car had they hooked to it? Would they have drove off with them? Was it an abduction? I don't know. Pay attention when you're in these larger cities as to what happens. Have mercy, have mercy. As we look here, maybe you've seen this, an autistic child on a school bus. It was a teacher's aide that repeatedly elbowed the small child. After further investigation, and as we all know now, all school buses nationwide, almost all have cameras on them. She has been arrested. Very disturbing video as we look at this. This was in Colorado where this happened. We'll see what the charges end up being, but she has been arrested at this point. Horrible for a child to do that. Carrie Lake, as we all know, running for Senate in Arizona, she's tweaking her stance on the abortion law. We've heard all about this. The Arizona law, she urged lawmakers to change it a little bit. Seems to be a lot of that going on as the election comes up. As they keep saying that that's going to be the determining factor in the election, Trump stayed steady, said it's states' rights. That was a good way to answer it. Got to give him credit on that. She's crawfishing to a degree. It's not what she said. She 2 years ago said she backed that 100%. Now tweaking. I guess politicians think that you'll forget what they said earlier. That happens more time than not. Over and over and over and over with that. A lot of these, I think we've got 2 to 3 states. I know that Ohio and Alabama are 2 of them. There seems like there's another state that the Democrat National Convention will happen in at one point. 2 weeks before that is the cutoff to have a person on the ballot. There have been exemptions in the past to where they send a letter stating this is who we're going to elect. Please put us on the ballot. Some controversy between Alabama and Ohio. We'll see what becomes of that. Could Biden be left off? It could be. But as they've all said, each party has had this problem in the past. And generally, it's just more or less filling out a piece of paperwork and submitting it to the state. We'll see if these 2 states will follow with that also. A Colorado legislator has had to make an apology. He went to the bathroom. That's not uncommon. The problem was he left his loaded gun on the sink and walked out. Whoops. I didn't think you could take those into...
Why do you even have one? Why did you take it off?
It's bad up there if you got to wear that into...
Yeah.
If you're in session. It's pretty rough there. But that did happen there. Let's see. This is a good thing as people went fishing. And this is so far... The U.S. Coast Guard is what I'm getting at. Rescued some folks. They were out fishing. They got lost. The boat went down, and they made it to some little small island. And they got out, and they put with palm trees help. It was seen from above, and they were rescued about 3 to 4 days later. They had some coconuts. It was almost like Gilligan's Island to a degree, minus Ginger and Mary Ann. But it was a good ending. I can smile and laugh about it in knowing that. But I would imagine being stranded on that thought of, how will I get off of here? How will that work? Let's see here. As we all know this, maybe we don't, because it continues every day in America. The southern border. Time and time again, more people cross this. They had stopped someone that had come across, and turns out after he was released, they realized that he was a threat to national security. Imagine how many they don't even know about that cross that border. They found out $1 a day and $1 too late about this guy, still on the lam. Our country is full of folks that we have no idea who they are. The AI, we've talked about this time and time again, and probably a national, let me put it this way, how do I word this? Cable company, a national cable company is going to have fits with it, because that's who they employ. There's a lot of ladies that work in the AI, will answer the telephone when you call to either disconnect or connect to cable companies, and well, you can't understand them because they're in different countries. So that's who's going to be hit hard by AI, with this artificial intelligence of answering phones. The plus to this is I think they're going to put it in a language that you can understand, depending upon the country that you're from. I think most people can relate to that. You make a phone call and you have no idea what the people are saying on the other end. It's not local anymore. So much local has been taken out of America and shipped off. As I was passing through Clark County yesterday, I couldn't help but notice the old Burlington factory. It's huge. Nothing going on there, which means no jobs that used to be in Clark County. I'm telling you, it was huge. Even the old buildings in downtown Stonewall.
No, the new one's operating.
It is operating, but it doesn't have what it had, does it? We had tons and tons of people that were employed down that way. It's a big change in America. And again, all this goes back to 1994, Bill Clinton with the swipe of a pen. NAFTA is what took those jobs. But you're right, somebody is in the building. The newer building is just not as big as it used to be. Iran says that they are going to retaliate against Israel. This is what is so weird about all this. I've seen the United States do this. Used to, when war was done, no one knew what you were up to. Now they send out a 3-day notice of, we're going to do this, and this is when we're going to do it at such and such time. Doesn't add up, does it? We'll see. We'll be right back as we'll get into your forecast to let you know what the weather's doing. A few headlines from across and what's shaping America this morning. We'll be right back.
The Preserve at Meridian is the premier senior living community in the Meridian area, offering independent living cottages, assisted living, and maintain their independence and pursue an engaging lifestyle with a robust activities calendar, personalized care programs, wellness activities, restaurant-style dining, and much more. Call or visit us online today at preserveatmeridian.com to schedule your personal tour.
Welcome back, and as Jeannie pointed out, Haley Barbour supported NAFTA. Seemed like he supported something else.
The
Power plant. Okay, let's get on to weather now. See what else is happening this morning.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we look at our record highs and our record lows, it was 92. We had a hot day. It was 88. Today, we should get to 75, so a few degrees difference. It was back in 89 that we had a low of 31 degrees. Burr, burr, and burr. As we look at today, look at this beautiful weather. Sunshine, 74, but there is one red flag. Do not burn. We will have wind gusts of 25 miles an hour or so by late afternoon, which means if you strike a match, it's going to get ugly. Don't do it. Just wait. I think tomorrow's winds will be better, at least. Today is not the day to do any burning. As we go to Alabama, we see that Demopolis, there on the river, should be around 72. Clanton, 70. Birmingham, a nice 69 today. We'll even see 72 down in Troy, Alabama. As we look at this, still nice weather, as we see that the hotness is not as bad coming from Texas, as we will get into the 80s here over the next 10 days. Here's that forecast there. 74 to 5 today. By Saturday, look at this. Great. 82 tomorrow as we'll head over to Newton. 83 on Sunday as we go to church, and then back to work with sunshine, and 85 on Monday. It'll stay that way for about 3 to 4 days there. Look at that run all the way through Thursday. Let's go ahead and check out next weekend and see what happens there. We get a few showers mentioned there, about a 30% chance of showers a week from now. Next Friday, a slight chance there. As we get back, a few chances, nothing bad there. I don't see any thunderstorms just yet. It's been a lucky year for storms as we see that, well, we're staying steady in the 70s all the way through the 26, upper 70s, that is. So it's nice weather. We will get a few more rain showers as we head to the second half of April. I had to get my months straight, don't I? As we look at our best times to fish today, what are they? Oh, here we go. April the 12th is what we've got. And we'll see that the perfect time to go fishing is going to be this afternoon around 4:30 to 6:30. Now look down here at the bottom of what we got. It's a northwest wind, 5 to 10, increasing to 10 to 15 by 4 o'clock. But the wind gusts could be as high as 25 miles an hour. And again, that makes it rough on a rod and reel when you're casting and trying to fight that wind to bring it back in. Good luck to everybody if you decide to go, though. A minor chance there around lunchtime today, 12 to 2 o'clock. It's minor. Your best time's around 4 o'clock. That's a quick look at your weather this morning as we prepare. to get your day underway with a smile. We'll start in about 6 or 7 minutes from now. I hope you'll come back as we go live from that. Lisa, how are you doing? All the way from Newton. So good to see you there. LaWanda, Miss Vicky, all of y'all. Thank y'all so much. We'll be with you very shortly there as we fire off the morning show. We'll see you in just a moment from the Scotty Ray Report.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.